Hey there guys, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a massive bathroom clean here with my sister Lily. We have a vanity that is chock full of like old beauty products, old makeup, and literally it's an everything must go kind of situation. So if you're keen to watch that, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. All right, this is the current state of affairs. So as you can see, the main section of the vanity is just absolutely chock full of stuff. And then all of these drawers are full of things that we kind of need to go through and clean out. Just makeup palettes that haven't been used in a billion years, bits and pieces of stuff. There's also this container here, which Lily says is a lot of things that can actually go, so we really need to go through all of that. This just needs a tidy up, but most of that will probably stay. And then this is Lil's main section. This is my tiny section. And I really don't know what the hell this is, so let's get into things. All right, so I think the first order of business is to literally take everything out and give it a good wipe out. And then that will give us a space to start deciding the things that are gonna stay and the things that are gonna go. So the rule that I like to work with is if it's super old, straight up it needs to go, because all the preservatives in it will start breaking down and it'll be basically a breeding ground for bacteria, which you don't want. So that needs to go straight in the bin. If it's something that contains like a whole host of like really bad chemicals, personally I think that needs to go as well, because we're not about that life. And if it's something that hasn't been opened but we know we're not going to use, we can put that in a separate space for Vinnies and donation. And then hopefully we can just be like reorganizing things, making it nice and neat and tidying it up. And also something that desperately needs to happen, I think, since we've been in the mood for it this morning, is we need to put on some Taylor Swift. We do. I'm glad we're in agreement there.
Taylor Swift.
Okay, let's put on some Taylor and let's get to it. So one of the things that I mentioned previously was that we wanted to try and do a bit of an inventory of the products we were using and the chemicals within them. Whether we realize it or not, on a daily basis, we are slathering a whole host of chemicals onto our body. And since our skin is actually our body's first line of defense, we're actually, without realizing it, putting things into our system that can cause us some long-term damage. So there's a number of different ingredients that I really do try and avoid when it comes to my skincare, makeup, and beauty. The first of which is parabens. A lot of people have heard the word parabens and they're kind of aware that they're not a great thing or something that should be avoided. They've actually found the paraben molecules in breast tumors, so So while people can't actually say that they do cause tumors or do cause cancers, it is a little bit concerning, and a lot of products are coming out as being paraben free, but there are so many still on the market that do contain parabens in them. So what you want to do is look on the back of the product and just see, it will say methyl paraben or polyparaben. There's a couple of different sorts, and just to keep an eye out for those if you are also wanting to avoid them in your own skincare and beauty products. The next thing that I like to avoid is TEA or EDTA. I also like to avoid propylene glycol. It's used to make things like a little bit more runnier and smoother, and it's also in your coolant that you put in your car. So you really do need to ask yourself, do I want to be putting something on my skin that I'm also going to use to cool my radiator? Should they be applied to the same situation? Do you think that they are healthy for you? So that's a little question to ask. Formaldehyde is something that's often found in nail polishes. It helps to make things a little bit more plastic, and it's also used by undertakers when, you know, preserving a body. So a little bit suspicious there. Do you want to be putting that on yourself, considering it's used to preserve dead people? There's a question. SLS and SES are things that help to make products a little bit more foamy. So you will find that often sodium lauryl sulfate in face washes and shampoos helps to create that nice lathering foamy effect, and is also thought to be a little bit of an irritant to the skin. So if you've got sensitive skin or things like dermatitis, eczema, stuff like that, really those ingredients should be things that you watch out for. Talc is another one. A lot of products are not using talc anymore, but you will often find it in baby powder. It's thought to, you know, be harmful to your lungs and your respiratory system, so just kind of keep an eye out for that. I'm probably blanking on a whole heap of different chemicals, and the problem is that a lot of these companies have actually not tested these chemicals on humans. So we don't know what the repercussions are going to be. We don't know if they are safe for us. And the bodies that regulate, you know, the cosmetics, the beauty industry, stuff like that, there's a lot of gray area, which means that people can get away with, you know, putting things into their products that are actually going to harm us, and no one knows the difference and nothing can be done about it. And also another problem is that they'll find out a particular chemical or ingredient is unsafe or harmful. So they will make a big deal of the fact that they are taking that out of the product, and then they will replace it with a different chemical that might have like a similar or slightly different makeup, but that is also not tested and, you know, hasn't been regulated and gone through all the system and stuff like that. So we don't know if the thing that they're replacing with it is actually any better for us. So I'm sorry that I'm talking all doom and gloom here, but I do encourage everyone to go out, do some research, start asking questions, and kind of the best sort of rule of thumb is if you can't pronounce it, if you don't know what it is, you should be very careful about putting it on your skin and on your body. So trying to find things that are as natural as possible is really kind of your best option, unless of course you're not too worried about it. But I feel like our health is certainly something we should all be concerned about. One of the best books that really helped me gain a deeper understanding about this and really challenged me in terms of what I was purchasing and what I was putting on myself was Skinny Bitch, and it kind of goes into not just makeup and beauty but all areas of your house, and you know, the toxic load that sort of comes from furniture and paints and a whole host of different things. And it is quite doom and gloom, and it is quite overwhelming to read, but it's also very startling to read, and it's very much a wake-up call. So I will leave a link to that book down below. It really did help me.
The Honest Life by Jessica Alba is another one that's a little bit more reader friendly and a little bit more approachable, and it's kind of like a nice way in if you don't want to go to skinny bitch straight up. So that could be another reading suggestion for you to have a deeper awareness of the chemicals and the implications of them.
All right, so we got one whole big full bag of bin stuff, and then we probably filled up another half bag of other little bits and pieces. This bag's stuff to go to Vinnie's. We've still got a few things over here that we're just not quite sure of at the moment, but the rest of it is looking clean. So in this little container, top 2 are empty, and then the next 3 are Lily's things, but they're kind of all really cleaned out. This drawer's nice, neat and organized. This drawer's got barely anything in it. And the bottom drawer is also nice and neat. In the middle section here, it is a lot tidier and a lot less stuff. Unfortunately, we did want to get rid of this stuff in here, but Mum wouldn't let us, so this is kind of what we're working with. Still not that great, but a lot better and a lot more room. Mine is still the same, but now I also have a whole extra drawer that I get to work with, which is great. And that's a little situation. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more cleaning and organizational videos, make sure that you hit subscribe. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.